Hi everybody, my name's Monica, and here is my intro video. So I am in the BAS Business Management program here at the Falls, and so this is another class that's actually not part of the program requirements, but it was something that I was really interested in, so they kind of made some corrections and made me take this class, so I'm super excited to be able to take this one. And I was looking at the prompt here. My initial feelings related to studying public speaking in an online environment I think is going to be really interesting because we're not in front of a huge class, we're not in front of a ton of people to actually be in kind of that public setting, but still with video I think we get a pretty good example of what that's going to be like. And something unique about myself, I am a cancer survivor. I am in remission. I was diagnosed with cancer when I was 21. Super healthy at the time, so it kind of came out of nowhere. But luckily I am through that. That's something that I definitely don't really tell people all the time because I've kind of moved past that and into new areas of my life. And how would my friends describe me or your personality? I think that a lot of my friends, coworkers would describe me as really positive. I get that a lot. Monica, you're so positive about everything. How can you do that? And I think that just comes from my experience with cancer and just not dwelling on the small things and being able to look at the bigger picture and realize that things aren't permanent, things will change, you're not stuck in a certain situation. So I think that's where a lot of my positivity comes from. I think they would also describe me as like very goal-oriented. That's something that I've always been really good at. If I have a goal, then I'm gonna go do it and I'm gonna finish it and I'll get it done. I'm just a very motivated person. I'm in the fitness industry, and so it's something that I really enjoy is challenging myself and putting myself in new situations that I might not be the most comfortable in, which really applies to public speaking here because I used to absolutely hate talking in front of people. I had a lot of social anxiety, and so through my job, that's something I have to do is talk to people, and I teach group classes as well, so that's something I have to get up in front of, sometimes 20, 30 people and teach a class and be exercising with them. And so I have to kind of get over that hurdle of feeling uncomfortable. And I've taken a lot of courses about, facilitation and how removing yourself from that equation is way more beneficial for the people who are attending that event or speech or whatever it may be. Because if you're constantly thinking about yourself and your own feelings, you're doing them a disservice because you're not putting your full attention to it. You're constantly in your head, you might forget things or whatever. So that leads kind of to the last one, which is who is a speaker that you have heard that you admire and what do you like about them as a speaker? Kind of the first one that came into my head for this one was David Goggins. He's pretty popular, especially in the fitness field. A lot of you have probably heard about David Goggins. He's not for everybody, that's for sure, but he's very motivational. He's blunt. He doesn't beat around the bush. It's very straightforward. If you want to see improvement, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. And that's one of my personal favorite philosophies is get comfortable being uncomfortable because that's where you find growth. If you don't ever put yourself in a situation that you're uncomfortable in, you're not gonna have growth. You're not gonna get more comfortable being in those specific situations. So if you haven't listened to David Goggins, I highly suggest it. You may hate it, that's fine, but it's something that I really enjoy and something that, helps me when I feel like I'm in a rut. So check it out if you feel like it, and I look forward to this class with everyone.